Seems like you guys were all influenced by some sort of trailer.
Trailers work. Trailers work,
right? Trailer.
You drive a lot of inspiration from, like from what you see.
Yeah. For me, it was G.I. Joe. And then I got...
What branch are they in? I don't even know.
That's a good question.
Welcome back to an insanely special episode of Careful Boys. Today we have with us three remarkable human beings that are all different special force branches.
Wow.
It's an honor to have them here. If you can, starting with Tran, can you please introduce yourselves and the special forces branch that you're affiliated with?
Hi, my name is Trung. I'm a former Army Ranger.
I'm Mike O'Dowd, and I was a Navy SEAL.
I'm Don Tran, and I was a Marine Raider.
Ooh, very cool. Very cool. Yay! All right, so for the people out there, I think a lot of times people they hear special operations and they just hear, okay, for sure these guys are super elite. Can you each kind of go into what you guys did and what was your mission, and then maybe from that people can kind of like discern the difference? Maybe starting with you.
Yeah, so the 75th Ranger Regiment is tasked with direct action. We're basically a light infantry unit, but more advanced. We're tasked to go out there, kill, capture bad guys during the GWAT war all the way up to now. And this has led on to other missions that we're capable of now.
And most of you guys are airborne, getting into...
Yeah, we're airborne qualified, being able to operate in a helo, being able to fast rope off helicopters, stuff like that. So.
And then what about you, kind sir?
If you've seen the movie Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen, that's pretty much it.
I've never seen it.
No, we're...
I watched Tears of the Sun with Bruce Willis.
It's the exact same.
Oh, okay.
Exact same.
So those are Navy SEAls too.
I saw Delta Force.
With Chuck Norris?
Yeah.
That's different.
We don't have any.
Oh, we're going back.
So would you say most of you got your missions start from the water or no?
No, I think when the 20-year war kicked off in the desert, everyone kind of moved over there. But our primary specialty was direct action missions, so going in to a place like a house, capturing, killing.
So it sounds very similar.
Yeah. Not kidnap, the arresting?
Yeah.
Like that?
Yeah, both those.
Okay.
Okay, we'll figure out the difference after. And Don, what do you do?
Yeah, and then the Marine Raiders started in World War II as a small unit that specialized in amphibious raids on small rubber crafts. But now, when we reformed it in 2006, it was just MARSOC, and then we went to the same 20-year war and deployed over to the Middle East. So direct action, special reconnaissance, and then really the FID mission, which is foreign internal defense, so training a partner force to go fight with them.
So is that too much overlap? Like all the branches kind of doing the same shit?
There's like one fight, and everyone's just trying to figure out how they can all get in all of it. And I think that's what happened.
Is it like the movies where crime happens and the FBI, the local police, and then everybody gets together, they go, I got jurisdiction, no, I got jurisdiction, and then like, you guys fight? And then it happens like that. Oh yeah, we go on mission all the time, but like, oh, what's the Marine Raider doing here? No, I'm just playing.
Everybody fights for the missions. Yeah, everybody wants to be the cool unit that gets the mission to go over to the direct action missions, which is the coolest one.
Is direct action a euphemism for something else?
It's like doing hits, raids.
Can be.
Yeah.
Oh.
So at the special force level of every like Navy, Marine, whatever, right? That's their unit of special force, right? Like like yours is Marine, and then do they all work together or do they have their own teams? Like if this was the NBA, right? You're like the Bulls and you're like the Lakers or whatever. But do they ever Harlem Globetrotter?
Oh, like the All-Star game?
The All-Star, yeah.
Yeah, so there's SOCOM, which is actually the headquarter unit for all these special operations units.
SOCOM,
Yeah,
like the game or the novel, right?
Exactly, and then there's also the JSOC, which is like the even higher level, which is the joint ones, Joint Special Operations Command.
That's when they like don't fight.
They fight with each other.
They don't fight. And Joe, to top it off, there is a unit, the unit Delta. It's actually, they recruit from all branches. So there are guys in the Delta Force units that are Navy,
that are Marines, that are Air Force. They open recruitment to everybody.
Damn. And do they all do the same jobs like arresting, assassination? Like, there's no specialty?
Not assassinations.
Or is that direct action?
Yeah, direct action.
They call it direct action.
Well, excuse me, I come from the gang world.
The way you said that too.
So maybe we can go down the line too, like explaining what made you guys each join the respective branches too. So starting with, we heard your story. Maybe we'll start this way.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, in the Marine.
Like, why did you even join the Marines to begin with versus Army, Navy, Air Force, whatever?
Oh, I was kind of a mess up in high school, so just trying to get away from that life and trying to do something new and something special.
But why Marine Corps versus Navy or Army?
Coast Guard.
Well, I saw the dragon slaying commercial where there was a Marine slaying a dragon.
You guys all have the best.
And that was like the
Dragon Slay commercial.
And like, people always said the Marines were the hardest, the coolest, the most badass.
Best looking guys, yeah.
The hottest dudes.
Hottest dudes, yeah.
And did you know you were gonna go into special operations from the get, or was it after you joined? You're like, oh shit, there's more levels to this stuff.
Yeah, I didn't even know what. I don't even think the Marine Raider, or actually the MARSOC just started when I joined, so I joined in 2006. But I didn't know anything about it. And one day I just stumbled across one of the trailers, and there was some guys in like different uniforms. They had like Velcro on, cooler boots and stuff like that. So I was like, man, I want to do that. So I walked in there and started the process
Of becoming a Raider.
A Marine Raider, yeah.
And then what about you, Mike?
Since I was a kid, like 12, 13 years old, there was a Discovery Channel documentary of Navy SEALs. And I remember being like, that's what I want to do. And my mom was like, no way.
Just 12, 13?
Yeah. Yeah, it was, I don't know, like, and it was just always in my head. And then it just took a while for me to, make that happen. But
Seems like you guys were all influenced by some sort of trailer.
Trailers work.
trailers work, right?
Right? Trailer.
You drive a lot of inspiration from, like from what you see.
Yeah. Yeah.
For me, it was G.I. Joe. And then I got...
What branch are they in? I don't even know.
That's a good question.
Super elite. So for you, knowing that at 12, did you already start like physically preparing for it?
I don't know if I was physically preparing at 12, but I definitely had it in the back of my mind with everything I was training for. Wow. Like when I would play paintball, I'm like, I'm Navy SEAL training, right? I didn't even know what that meant, but yeah, I think it is the marketing, which is probably why we make so many fucking movies. And am I allowed to swear on this?
Yeah, as much as you want. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Why we?
You could say assassinations too. Right?
I would maybe call it like terminating, like bugs.
Yeah.
Or like, well, what do they call exterminating? Exterminating. Yeah.
A lot of termination missions.
And then what about you?
I started with the VHS that my mom's friend sent to my mom about her son graduating Ranger School. Then really what Don said too, the lineage of the Rangers, all dating back when they used to fight the Native Americans, the Roger Rangers. So I read the whole lineage behind that, and World War II, Point D Hawk, when they stormed the beach, Omaha Beach, and all that. That's what got me like, this is something I want to do.
Wow.
How come you guys didn't? Did you guys ever like go? Maybe I should have did this one, or like you guys were just stuck in exactly what you wanted? It's an open question.
Yeah, I mean, if you've seen Navy SEALs with Charlie Sheen, you would know.
Come on, dude.
I gotta add that to my watch list.
Dude, it's really good.
Really?
You guys never seen it?
I saw Rambo and I was hella like, I want to go. But then I felt like if I was there, I'd be like the Vietnamese bad guy, and then they'll be shooting at me.
So you're like, I don't like this movie. You're like, I don't like this.
Charlie's. Charlie's in the Wire.
Yeah, because I was actually gonna join the Army, and then I went down to all the recruiting stations are usually like back to back. And then I talked to him. I was he gives me weird vibes. Then I went to the Navy, and that guy kind of gave me like used car salesman vibes. And then I went to the Marine recruiter, and I was like, hello. And then there was no one there. I'm like, what the fuck? It's just empty. And then this guy comes out from underneath the desk. He's like, trying to join the Marines? And I was like, oh, I think I found my people. Yeah, in Montebello. Montebello. And then he was already in like
Damn, you're just killing all my credibility right now, man.
he was wearing PE shorts. And then I think either a Montebello High School or Sure High School t-shirt. He goes, all right, make this quick because I gotta go coach wrestling. And I was like, dude, this guy doesn't give a fuck about me. I like him. Because everyone else is like, come back. We'll grab some lunch. I felt like I was getting wined and dined, you know? And this one, I was just like, this guy don't give a fuck.
Straight shooters.
So for all three of you guys, like you knew what you wanted to do. You didn't join the military and go, oh, there's even more higher levels. Like it was just straight from the beginning. Like I want to be a SEAL. I want to be a Ranger. Like
I didn't. No.
Oh, okay.
Figured it out on the way. Yeah.
So for you guys, like when you learned about it, did anybody show you the ropes of like how to get there? Like you got to take this, you got to go this way, or like did you talk to like a military counselor or somebody that helps you with your career path?
Just your leadership, you know, like guys that actually looked out for you, they cared for you, they wanted to put you in the right path. So that was
like your commanding officer. You just asked them like
none of those guys. No, no officers like. Enlisted guys that were actually on the ground, like in the fight with you, those guys. Yeah.
And then so they'll be the ones that kind of be like, yeah, you got to take this class or this thing.
Yeah, I mean, if they've done it before, then it's easy for them to kind of guide you in the right path and to do. But in the military, like these guys, and there's so many different options and different jobs that you can do, even on the small teams that we were on. So,
what's the coolest shit in your job that you would say, like let's say you had your kid is like 10 or 12, like what would be the coolest story you would tell them about what you did? Like each one of you guys. Do you guys have like, oh, like this is what I would say to inspire my kid about what I did?
To join the military?
No, just a cool story.
Yeah.
Like your dad was going down a rope with one hand and I was swinging my AR and my fucking left. Like, you know, just like what would be like what would be like
To paint the hero's image for your kids.
yeah.
Trailer for your kids, yeah.
Yeah, build a
You
trailer.
gotta build your own trailer.
You just show them Navy SEAls.
Just watch Charlie.
I'm Charlie Sheen in this.
my last deployment, we were in the Philippines. I know it's like originally went over there to go train like the Filipino Marines and some other of their special operation guys over there. But in the middle of the deployment, there was a city called Marawi, and ISIS took over that city, and we got to help take it back.
There's Filipino ISIS?
The entire,
Filipino Muslims.
the entire deployment, we're like in plain clothes. You know, you got to grow beards and all that stuff if you wanted to. So that was kind of like a really cool experience. But on
to wear like civilian clothes. And
civilian clothes. Yeah, but on Wikipedia, if you look it up, it says a Navy SEAL platoon was there. So
You didn't get the credit.
We gotta edit that out, dude.
Tell Wikipedia that's wrong. I was there.
Make a suggestion.
But is that a good thing? Like where they got the information wrong, and then you guys are the ones that actually know?
I don't think it matters in that aspect of it, but yeah, that was a pretty cool story. No, because we got to help take it back, you know. It's like
So I'm gonna be your son, okay? I'm gonna be like, so you wore jeans? You think that's cool, Dad?
You 14-year-old asshole.
if you're in the military, you get to wear like civilian clothes. These guys don't like,
I was like,
on missions
Uncle,
and stuff.
Uncle Joe just told me he toured Australia and there's chicks that wanted to bone him in the hotel room.
How old's your kid that you're telling this story to?
14, 12.
Oh, he'll like that story better.
But a 6-year-old, maybe he'll be like, wow, you can wear a fake beard?
Were you still, during that mission, were you still in charge of the, what is it? Like you used to do these like signals to get bombs?
Yeah, I was the JTAC. Yeah, for that.
JTAC, okay.
Oh, yeah. Can you guys share what specific role you played in your unit?
Yeah, your job.
Oh yeah, can you describe the JTAC again?
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it's just so you're like you talk to the aircraft and coordinate the aircrafts in the battle space. So whether it needs to be used for surveillance to check out maybe potential targets or whatever it is, or to actually call in an airstrike.
And what does JTAC stand for?
Joint Terminal Attack Controller.
So are you like, your job is like, you're out there and you're just like, all right, I see him, coordinates 5555555. And then
Like a movie phone number?
Or Mike Jones.
and then like, or like whatever.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, exactly like that. Yeah, so.
And that's JTAC.
JTAC, yeah.
Like, I'm the one wearing jeans 20 feet in front of me.
Yeah, I mean, you have to mark yourself somehow so they can see you, you know?
How many, on average, like for a mission like that, how many times do you have to call in an airstrike? Like,
I mean, it really depends on the mission. Are you doing a reconnaissance mission where hopefully you don't have to drop anything because they found you and you're, you know, in a small team? Or if you're like on a direct action hit with the Rangers, I say that because those guys are always doing those hits, but you might have like an AC-130 flying around, and anybody that's played Call of Duty, you guys know, and that is like ultimate firepower on a mission. Yeah, so it just depends, really.
What about you, Mike? What would be like the story you tell your kid to show how cool Dad was?
I think my first deployment in Iraq, we were doing night raids, so every night we'd go out and, you know, capture people, and just the idea of like night after night going into people's houses and like occasionally waking them up with your hand over their face and taking them out, and just I think my kids would be like, holy shit, that was cool.
That's way cooler than mine.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, Dad, Uncle Mike is so cool. I'm joining the Navy. Dad.
As cool as that is, then I would follow up with how many people pissed and shit themselves from the fear, and you as a new guy all our new guys, we would then put on gloves and have to search the poopy pants.
Oh.
So
Find anything good?
oh, jeez.
I think for like the senior guys, that was a really cool mission. And then when you go home and you're like taking off poop gloves.
Because they make the new guys do all the poopy work.
See, people don't talk
Right.
about the poop gloves,
Right.
man. No one. People leave that
It's
out.
not in the movie.
Yeah, that wasn't in
That was in the trailer for sure.
DVD extras.
the DVD commentary.
You would have to fly back. You had to fly back with poopy gloves, and your.
No, I'd take them off.
Oh, you take them off.
It was a choice I made.
So if your job was the phone in like strike guy, you still had to do poopy duty?
If your job was that, no. But my job wasn't that in Iraq.
Oh, so it's different depending on. Oh, okay. It's not like you get one thing and that's your specialty.
It's typically overlapping.
Yeah.
So he probably has like 3 or 4 other quals that he's not mentioning, and then I would have 3 or 4. Yeah, and then he would be primary JTAC. I might be secondary, and then I might be primary intel. And then if I get shot, he could take over. So we overlap it in case somebody goes down.
What are some other qualifications you have? Because so far, Dad, you're lame.
Yeah. These are
It's gonna
like
get worse. It's gonna get worse. So I was the communications guy on my team, so took care of all the radios and.
I wish I had a different dad.
Yeah.
you know how sometimes you get the badge like
Cook.
do you have cook or like
I am not. I don't have a cook badge, but we did cook a lot together as a team.
What are
Yeah.
What are the main qualifications
Yeah.
that make like a special operations guy? Like what's like super important? Like the top like 3 to 5.
Everybody has their own school or whatever that is to get through. Like the SEALs have the BUDS, and you guys have your RAS program, right? And then we have ours is what's called ITC or Individual Training Course. That's like the basic to get actually be a Ranger, be a SEAL, or be a Raider. So that's like one of the ultimate cool ones. Then whatever your insertion platforms after, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so your jump or your dive or whatever that is, your specific unit has to specialize in.
so different units have specialties like hey we need some amphibious dudes or like we need some jumper dudes like oh
Yeah.
but it could so you could all be like Marine Raider but then it's like the amphibious raiders or
Yeah,
like
we would have a
air
dive
raiders.
team or a jump team. Split between us. I don't know how there's a split up, but that's how ours is.
So what was your team? Can you say?
We had a jump team for one deployment, and then we did a dive team for another deployment. So you switch sometimes. Yeah, depending where you deploy, what your job needs to be to overseas. So
Were you jump or dive or both?
both, yeah.
That's tight.
I got a crazy one. Do you guys all have like a crazy like near death experience, or is it like every day? Like, do you have one where you're just like, dude, that was like, you know? Or you're just like, every day is like that?
Go first.
The description.
Do you know how to up your story?
Why are you putting my tactic out there like that?
This guy sucks, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, I remember one hit that we did was a night raid. We explosive breach. We secured the ground level. We're making our way up the spiral staircase because we heard fucking individuals on top. We were in the stack moving up. We saw one hand drop a fucking grenade, like no lie. Fucking, it landed right by my buddy's fucking foot. It didn't. Thank God it didn't go off. He kicked it. It was a dud. It didn't go off. So we went upstairs. So this big dude saw us come. What he did was he ended up grabbing his buddy and sheltering him. He wouldn't let him go. So we're like doing everything to get him fucking off. They're like, get the fuck off, get the fuck off. We're like, hit him with the fucking buttstock of our rifle, but he wouldn't let go. Then one of our team guys was like, hey, get out the way. So we made a path and dude squared up and kicked him right in the fucking nuts from the back. Kicked him so hard that one of his testicles went up inside his fucking thing. So when we brought him in with the medic had to fucking be like, yeah, you kicked him so hard his fucking nuts retreated into his fucking.
So you have to like shake it back out.
Grab him by the ankles, yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, yeah, that was like near-death experience for me. I was like, fuck it.
A fucking grenade.
Also, you're lucky. You've had
But it was
2
a dud.
duds.
Yeah, that's
like-
right. That's your second.
What's the dud rate?
I know, the dud rate.
Dang.
You're the good luck charm on your team.
I don't even fucking know what it was. It's probably one of those pieces of shits for sure, man.
Wow.
Holy
Christ. What about you?
I think so. We had a few like diving close calls because every time you dive underwater, whether it's training or anywhere, it's always real. And but that I was never really scared. I don't like flying, and I had a close call one time. It was in Iraq, and we took off at night, and all of a sudden this like bright explosion out the window of the C-130 happened. Boom, a fireball, and all of a sudden, and we were like 400 or 500 feet off the ground. And the plane just started like swerving and swerving, and we're not gaining altitude. And if you already don't like flying, this isn't like turbulence. This is like, oh shit, here we go.
It got attacked with a rocket or something.
Well, you have no idea. There's no like intercom, like you know, please take your seats.
Don't no seatbelt demo before. I don't have.
You're just like kissing your ass goodbye, and you know. What did I plan in my will? Who's gonna get what? And then the plane turns and it starts heading back, and it looked like we're gonna make it, and we ended up landing and
on land.
Yeah, landed it back at the airport at the base, and then it turned out that we had hit a bird on takeoff, and when the bird hit, the engine made like some kind of flare. The chaff, which is also like bright fire, had gone off. This is what we were told at least, and there was this massive fireball from it, and then one of the engines went dead, and so it actually was okay. And the whole reason the pilot was doing this was he was like testing the controls, but when you're not privy to that info, I was just like, I don't need this shit. Like, yeah.
So the pilot was calm and he knew what he was doing, but then on the back, everyone's like, holy fuck, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, some more calm than others. I'm like on the other spectrum where I'm just like, frozen.
I mean, if you're in a war zone, the first thing that would come to my mind is it got hit by a rocket or something.
Yeah, 100%.
Right?
That's exactly what it looked like.
Yeah, like I'm flying Delta and then like trying to go to.
Yeah, dude.
He's on Delta Force and I'm on Delta Airlines, like trying to go to Houston. It's like boom, and I'm thinking, oh yeah, it's probably a bird, But then like for you, it's probably like that must have been crazy.
Worst case scenario.
That's probably like the worst feeling that can happen, because at least on the ground, if we get into a gunfight, we can control it by returning fire.
Yeah.
When you're on a bird and that shit happens, you're like, I can't do anything. It's like God, take the wheel, like please. It's like that helplessness, man. I can't imagine.
So many other ways I'd rather die. 100.
Rather get shot.
Yeah, way more.
Yeah.
Way more.
Do you have a cool story to end this segment, Dad? Now that you've
And do it in 3 minutes, because the camera might cut.
We were in Arizona doing a training mission or whatever for this thing called WTI, which is like weapons tactics or something for the Marine Corps, like the Marine Corps' Top Gun school. So we were like inserting a ground force, but we were in a C H-53, and we were on target at nighttime.
What's the CH-53?
It's a helicopter. It's like the big loader that can carry tanks and stuff like that, heavy loader. But we were coming in on insert, and blacked out, and the pilots were coming in, and it was a brownout situation with the sand and everything was kicking up. So he didn't see a building in front of him. So he flew the helicopter into the building. The top rotors hit the building, and then I was in the back, and I was the hearse master, so I was in charge of getting everybody off the aircraft in time. So I did the 30-second call. I unclip, and I'm like helping the guy put the ramp down. And as he was hitting that, all of a sudden the tail rotor was bouncing back and forth, up and down. Like really, I think I bounced up and down from the helicopter at least like 6 or 7 times.
Like your whole back hit the top. Boom, boom.
Oh my god.
Boom, boom. And then the tail rotor actually broke off of the helicopter. Holy shit. Yeah.
That's way better story.
Blacked out still.
I respect you, Dad. That's my dad, guys. That's my dad.
You got it back. You got it back.
So it was still blacked out. The lights didn't work on the helicopter. We had to get everybody off. And the tail rotor was still spinning. And then we were unloading everybody, and we had like a partner nation force, which was like just some regular CEB Marines or engineer Marines, come off, and like luckily I put my nods on time because the kid was about to walk into
Nods is our night vision.
our night vision on. Yeah.
Thanks for that. Excited.
Yeah, I was like, oh, what the
Pretty bad concussion after though.
Jesus.
shit?
Oh gee.
When it landed, it was on the building.
No, it was like coming in on insert, so he didn't level out enough, and one of the front sensors was broken, so he didn't level out in time, and then the front rotor, or the top rotor, was still at an angle, and it hit the building.
Glad you're okay, bro.
Yeah, seriously.
You weren't knocked out from the boom, 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 boom.
I don't know, maybe I was or not, but I just remember like my head was hurting, because I just bounced up and down a few times, you know. I'm like, dude, we gotta get off.
And then you helped everybody off.
Yeah, I mean, well, all our team had nods, so everybody dropped them on. But the infantry or the engineer Marines, they didn't have any night vision, you know.
Yeah.
I think like it doesn't even occur to most of us that in training it can be more dangerous sometimes than in the actual war zone.
I've had so many friends
Yeah.
lost.
Just in training and yeah. Because when you mentioned that earlier, I was like, wow, that's just. I don't think none of us ever think of anyone dying in training. It's like then you think more people are out there in war, like, you know, getting into more dangerous situations. But it's like, wow.
Yeah.
So have you chosen which one you want as your dad?
Yeah. You gotta pick.
Well, Don was my biological dad.
Yeah.
And I was gonna choose a different one.
So me, take the seal. Damn.
But he's back to being my biological dad.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool. You.
Congrats.
Yeah, congrats. Yeah, it's a good choice.